Well, hello, this is Michaela from this side of the firmament. Thank you for clicking on my video this, for me, evening. It's Friday, just getting finished up with prep day. It's been a while since I posted a video because it has been full force spring around here. I really don't keep up. I haven't been keeping up, but wow, there's a lot of bees on this sage. Hold on, I'm going to flip you around and show you before I talk about what we're going to talk about in this video, if that makes sense. Here's my sage bush, flowering so beautifully, and the honeybees love it. Okay, back to the subject at hand. It's going to be a really fast run-through video, nothing too fancy. I made a huge mistake last year in sowing seeds, and then as soon as they popped up out of the ground, I freaking pulled them because I thought that they were weeds. And then after a while I realized, oh my gosh, I'm pulling all of the starts that I just planted. So then I tried to replant. I tried to take stuff that I had pulled out and replant it because it was like not that long after I'd pulled it out. It was a whole mess. Okay, so why I did that is because I was new and I didn't have a clue what new little seedlings looked like of different plants. So that's all this video is going to be because I have a lot of them right now. I'm just going to give you a run through of what seedlings of different plants look like, so that maybe if you plant these things and you want to see what they look like, I'll save you some time or some heartache if you pull them on accident. But also, I just never could find stuff like this when I was a new gardener. So I hope this helps in some way. But yeah, let's go. Starting off, these are radish starts. So if you sow a bunch of radish seeds, you're gonna get leaves that look like this. Like this. These seeds startlings down here are not radishes. This is grass. This is what baby sunflowers look like. This is a really important one to look at because I had marigolds here and I did not plant more again, but they seeded themselves, and now this is what marigold seedlings look like. This is a marigold seedling patch. Just 2 leaves with a red stalk. This is marigold. This is volunteer borage. This is a weed. This is borage. Weed. Borage. This is probably going to be a medicinal weed though, so it's not something you have to pull. You don't have to freak out and pull every single weed that you think is a weed, because what if it's not even a weed? Okay. This is more marigold. Or this might be, depending on how it continues to progress, amaranth. But I did have marigold planted over here last year too. This is what baby zucchini looks like. Big flat leaves. This is starting to come out with a 3rd leaf, but at first they're just these 2. This is what beans, pretty much any bean that you plant will come out looking like this. Usually you can see the bean come out and then its leaves unfold from within the bean. then they have just a couple of leaves at first before they start making true leaves. This is another kind of squash. It's not a zucchini, but pretty much all squash come out looking the same. This is the third variety of squash. As you can see, very similar. This is a lemon verbena plant that I potted up because I want to bring it inside over the winter. But the soil I filled the pot with had tomato seeds in it. So these are tomato seedlings. So I don't need to pull these out and treat them like they're weeds. I can take them out and put them in a different pot if I want. Mystery tomatoes. Look how many there are. Tomatoes start with just 2 leaves, like this. And then they start growing what are called true leaves. Those are those ones in the middle here that have a different shape to them. They look like tomatoes. Favorite to show you. Look at this huge, this is all lemon balm that has been here 3 years. I think that's its 3rd year. Last year it went to seed. That's what these old leftover stalks are from. And if you look down on the ground, all those seeds have fallen and turned into this mat of little tiny seedlings that are now getting to the age where they look like little lemon balm leaves. But just look, billions. So I can scoop some of that out with a little shovel and repot it in a different pot and let it grow that way instead of just having this become a whole lemon balm shrub mound, which wouldn't be bad either. Okay, this is tricky because there's a lot of weeds. But this was lettuce last year, and then I let it go to seed, so it reseeded itself. Sorry, swatting mosquitoes with my camera is not a good idea. This is lettuce. This is lettuce. Lettuce. A lot of little lettuces, but then like this is a weed. But hey, let it be. This is lettuce that's trying to get bigger. This is lettuce. There's my cheerleaders. These are more sunflowers. These are cucumbers. Looks kind of like a squash, doesn't it? This is 2 of them right next to each other. This is a weed. This is sorghum or broomcorn. Just looks like grass, doesn't it? It's a little softer than a corn sprout, but it looks very similar to one, really. This is regular corn. You can tell it's not just regular grass because it has this hole down the middle. Like you could stick something in the middle of the folds. It holds water in there well, actually. It's such a good little cavern. This is a weed. This is corn. This, I'm pretty sure, is amaranth. Because with amaranth, I just scatter sowed it, so it's going to be thick in all this row. This is a melon. Looks like squash, huh? This is either kale or broccoli or cauliflower or cabbage. They all look very similar. This is a weed. This is arugula I planted that's already gone to seed. See, it shot off flowers and now it's making these little seed pods. It's trying to use its lifespan to make seeds to reproduce. So I planted it too late. It bolted immediately, but I'm leaving it in because I want it to repopulate itself. And these are all of the poppies that I finished transplanting today, so hopefully those take off and become beautiful. Okay, that's all the seedlings I have right now, and the mosquitoes are attacking me! They're driving me crazy! This just began for this season. We actually got kind of a longer spring without the mosquitoes torturing us, so that was a welcome blessing. But now they're here, and they're going to torture me for the rest of the year. But if I get my butt out here early enough in the morning, I can wear a sweatshirt and layers and stuff, and it's okay. So that's what I've been doing because the sun has been making me super sick, too. This year it just wipes me out and kind of makes me dizzy and imbalanced, and it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to be a gardener and have that be how the sun makes you feel. But hey, we're going to make it. We're going to grow food. Hopefully this video helped you in some way. Talked about all those weeds out there, right? Well, the weeds are just plants that are in a place you don't want them to be in. They're still beneficial. They're still something that you probably need to learn about because God's providing you that free plant, and it's obviously a people plant because it follows us all around, talking about fill in the blank, whatever weed. And it's your job to be a good steward of it and figure out what you're meant to do with it. So coming up here just for a quick influencing shot, I'll show you how I made a prickly lettuce tincture, and that you're smart enough to make medicine for your family too. Just like you're smart enough to make your own laundry soap, and you're smart enough to garden, grow your own food, you're smart enough to have goats and kittens and dogs and help them have babies. And you can do this, guys. You can do this. Do not be dismayed. Thank you for watching, and God bless you. Bye.
church where we heard the angels sing. Though we didn't have a choir, we made the rafters ring.